Hi and welcome to Excel VBA calculator project. Okay, let me show you guys how this works. We can use backspace. There we go, look at that. There. And we can say, let's say 7 multiplied by 5. No, we don't want to do that. Get rid of the 5. Multiply by 4. There. 28. We can go get it cleared. Let's say we want plus minus, multiply that by 5. Nope, we don't want that. Multiply it by 2. There we go. Clear. Now we can use our decimal place. 3 multiplied by 9, and let's add some extra values in there. And that's how the Excel VBA calculator works. You can always embed it into your own Excel program. But what I'm going to do now is let me show you guys how to put one of these nice and beautiful, friendly, user-friendly interface calculator together. So let's do that now, guys. Okay, let's start a new project. Select developer tab here. If you don't have your developer tab, all you need to do is to go to file, click on file, select options, and right there you come straight to the ribbon, and inside the ribbon you should be able to see your developer tab. Your developer tab would be unchecked. Okay, make sure you check the developer menu there and click on OK, and that's all you need to do. Then you click on the developer menu up here and select Visual Basic, or you can always select or press Alt F11. So click on VB. Once you click on VB, this environment shows up. All you then need to then do is to select the insert and then select user form. There we go, that's your user form. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to start with the development of the interface. So for the height, I am going to settle for about 400 plus here. Okay, for the height, let's enter 400 and maybe 63, something like that. While for the width, I'm going to come down here and just let's bring this up so that you guys can see the width. I'm going to move it. Yeah, come in here. Where's the width? We have the height, and that's the width right there. I'm going to make that about 345. There we go. Okay, that is it, done. So let's replace this back to where it was. There, that is it. Just double click on it and it will be back there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is select the form so that you can open up your toolbox. If you don't have your toolbox, that is it right there. Click on your toolbox. I'm now going to add frame. Let's drag it that much all the way down. Now let's get rid of whatever we have in there, the name of the frame there. I'm just going to get rid of that. Let's come right up here, delete. There we go. So that is gone. Now I need a text field. Yeah, a text box. We do. Click on that and just drag it that much. There. And let's add some buttons. So I'm going to come in here, grab that very button. Let's make that maybe about maybe 66. Let's see, the height is about 66. Let's see, where's the button? Okay, let's say 66. Yeah, I'm going to make the width about 72. That is the width there, right there, guys. Look at it. That's the height, and this is the width. 72. That's fine. Double click and pin it back down. Okay, so let's select both of these components and change their font size. So let's change that to something readable. I'm going to make it maybe about 20. Bold, come right down, 20 by 20. 20 is fine. Okay, grab hold of the button, hold on to the control, click and drag. We have 2. Click and drag again, and we have 3. Repeat the same thing. We have 4, and again we have 16. Then one more row to make it 20. There we go. So the first thing is let me select all of these ones and just these ones here. I just want to change the background, the way the background looks. Okay, go to the background here, or back color is called. Click on that and let's change the color to something a little bit darker. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, for the very first button here, this is going to be known as my backspace, so we can change that to CMB backspace. There we go. For the CMB backspace, I'm going to need a sign, the backspace sign. Why this one is going to be CMB CE. Okay, and the text content on this one will be just CE. Let's come straight down to the caption. Actually, caption is CE here. This is going to be just C, and the name of this will be CMDC. See why this one will be plus minus CMD plus minus. Okay, for these two I'm going to copy the icon for these two. So let me go straight into my spreadsheet itself there, and in here make sure it's selected. Go to insert, inside the insert select symbol, and there we go. The symbol that the font I'm looking for is winging. Just type in winging and look for W. There we go. That is it right there. That is it. Select that, and I need a backspace symbol. Let's see, I can see it here, but there it is. That's the backspace symbol. Click on insert. I also need the plus sign. That's the plus sign. Click on insert. So that's good. I have them both in there. I'm going to copy the backspace. Copy. Go back to my VBA development area. Select that and come right here. Enter my backspace. That is the backspace. For you guys to be able to see the icon backspace itself, I must change the fonts back to Wingings. And there we go. There, that is it. So let's copy that off plus minus as well. The plus minus, grab that and just Control C, get it copied and come right down here. Select this and change that to plus minus. I don't think we need to change the fonts on that, but let's see. Okay, that's fine. That's taken care of. Now the next one, this one here, I'm going to change the name of that one, the variable name, to CB7 there, and the text content on that is going to be 7. We have here 8, we have 9, and here we're going to have that as the plus sign. Okay, let's change their variable name as well. That's addition. This is, oh, that was meant to be 9, and this is going to be CMB9. This is going to be CMB8, CMB7. Now the next one is CMB4. Text content is 4. CMB5. Text content 5. CMB6. This tutorial is for both beginners and advanced learners, so I'm going to go all the way, just following it so that you guys can follow it in order. So this one is going to be subtract, and the text here is going to be subtract. Now underneath here, that's CMB, that's CMB1, and the text content on here is 1. This is 2, and the name is CMB2 or variable 2, CMB variable 2. That is 3. See, the variable name is CMB3 and the text content on it is 3. And here I'm going to change that to CMB multiply mult. And you just need to enter the sign of the multiplication there. And in here that is going to be 0. This will be known as CMB 0. Here is the dot sign or the decimal sign, and I'm going to change that to CMD decimal. That's fine. And this is for equals. And the sign on it will be the equal sign, and here that will be the division. Okay, for those of you who understand how to change the appearance of the interface, you can always just zoom up and come right here where the code starts. Alright, let's see. Now that all of that is done, this very one here, we need to change the name of that to txt display there, and let's get the text aligned to the right, and the text content in there I'm just going to enter 0. There we go. Now let's start work with our coding. Let me first of all take care of these let's take care of these numbers, then we can take care of this other one. Double click on 7. With the 7 selected, before I go any further, what I first of all do is to create something for my variable. So I'm going to enter option explicit right there. And I will declare the following variables. The first one, I'm going to call it fstNum. As I'm going to make that long integer. The second one is going to be secNum, and let's just change it to sec. And finally, I'm going to declare another one. I'll call that up, just for my operators. That's going to be strings. There. Now CMD7. I've declared all of my variables that I intend to use. This one will take in the first value that I enter in the text box. Then I click on the operator. Then this will take in the second value. Now, to take care of 7, double click on 7. First of all, we enter using an if statement. That's to validate whatever we have inside the text box, which is txt display dot text. If the txt display dot text contains the following, now we're comparing whatever we have in there. Then we want the following to happen. So what we want the system to do for us is to change whatever value we have in there to 7. So change that to 7. Else, we want the value that is changed to 7 to become 7 and add another 7. Okay, so what you then need to do is change this very one to the plus sign there and change this to 7. And come right down here. We now have to end our if statement. End if. So what you've just done is you have just instructed the system. The first click, if it's 0, change whatever value in there to 7. If you click again, change it to 7. And if you keep clicking, just keep adding 7. Let's run it and you see what I'm talking about. There we go, guys. So click on 7, 7, and there we go. That is it. Okay, I'm going to exit out. Let's exit there. Alright, so double click on 7. I'm going to copy these lines of code for 7 and repeat exactly the same thing for 8. Paste that in there, change the 7 to 8. Now we go for 9. Let's move it up so that you can see. Change that to 9. Repeat the same thing for 4. Change that to 4. 5. And change that to 5 as well. There. Guess you guys get the whole idea. This is, if you can see, there's a pattern in there, so you can recognize the pattern. So let's just speed that up now. So enter that. That's 1. We have 2. Paste. 2. We have 3. There. That's 3. And that is it, all done. So we just need that of the 0. Yes, I'm going to be repeating exactly the same method for 0. That is it, all done now. Okay, there. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. Alright, that is fine. It's working as we want. Now let's take care of these ones. Okay, exit out. Double click on this one here. Let's bring the lines of code up a little bit. Delete all of that space. That is it right there. And the clear, that will just be txt equals clear. That is it. That takes care of that. Now double click on clear entering. Okay, with the clear entering, first of all, I am going to declare 2 variables. Let's say dim f, and I'm also going to enter s. F for first number, s for second number, as string. There. I'm going to copy. I've already copied that and just paste that in there. Txt display equals nothing. Now I'm going to say f itself equals my first variable that I declared, which is right up there, ys equals that of the s. There we go. And now I also want it to clear both of those and clear this. There. Those lines of code should take care of the plus. Well, take care of the clear entering. Okay, I'm going to show you how the clear entering works once the calculator starts, but these are the lines of code for that. All right, now come back in here. We've taken care of all of this. Let's take care of this very plus minus. Double click on plus minus. Let's bring that up again. Delete all of that and move it up a little bit. Okay, with the plus minus in place, first of all, let me declare one variable as well. Grab that, I can just drop it in there. Or maybe change that to maybe q. Alright, that's a variable declared in there. I'm now going to say q equals txt display. Okay, let's get rid of this. It will give me an error. I'm just going to copy it. Now do it again. Q equals txt display. Now txt display equals, open a bracket, -1 and multiply that by q. There. So that's my plus minus. So if I run that now, let's bring my system. Let's go back in there. Run. Okay, enter whatever value in here. I can then click on plus minus. There we go. Okay, click again. That's it, that's working. So all of these three are taken care of now, or these four buttons up here. Now let's take care of these operators. Double click on this very one first. Now I'm going to use my variables there. Copy this, paste it right in there. So that takes in the very first value, which is this. Takes in whatever I have inside the text box, and then the operator itself equals the plus sign. And let's get rid of whatever we have inside there. That is it. That is for the plus. So copy that. The same pattern is recognized in the other four operators. Okay, let's bring this up again. Paste that in there, changes to subtract. There we go. Now repeat the same thing for the next one. Double click on multiplication, paste, change that to multiplication. Now that's for multiplication taken care of. Let's repeat the same thing for the division. Paste and change that to division. That is it, all done, I believe. And this is taken care of as well. Right, that is fine. Okay, let's take care of the decimal, please. Double click on that. So with the decimal, we use an if statement. So if insert string into txt display, comma, if that is the full stop equals 0, then I want txt display dot text equals txt display plus the decimal place, and if, and that takes care of that. So that is those are the lines of code for the decimal place. There we go. We can run it. Let's run and see. There, and that's it. We can add decimal, plus minus, multiply by 5, but this is not working yet. So let's take care of the equal sign. Double click on the equals. With the equals, I'm going to use select statement instead of using if statement. Yes, you can use both. Okay, I'm going to use both, but the main one would be the select statement. Now come right in here and let's say secNum equals txt display dot text. So whatever value I enter the second time is saved right in here. So I'm now going to use select case. Let's do that again. Select case, and that is the ops that I declared up there. Okay, when you write a select case, you always say end select case. You always end it like that as well. Okay, right in here, the very first operator that I intend to use, that's going to be the plus sign. So paste that, I've just copied that, and let's put the plus sign in a quote there. Now we enter display. This is what I want display to do. Take in the very first value and add the second one. That is it, taken care of. Okay, that's it done. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the next operator. This is the plus operator. Repeat the same thing for the subtraction operator. There we go. And maybe just copy it and just change it all around. Paste. and this is going to be subtract, and you change this operator to subtract. Multiplication, there we go. This is going to be division, there. Okay, just like I said earlier on, I said I'm going to use an if statement here. Let's use an if statement here in case the end user want to divide by 0, which is not allowed. So in here I'm going to enter as follows. Let's use an if statement. If the secNum equals 0, which means you want to divide by 0, which is not possible. We want the following to be displayed in the text box, so I'm going to say display the following on the text box itself equals, put that in a quote, cannot divide by 0. There, that's all there is to it. Else carry out the following calculation, and here we just need to end if. There we go. So that will take care of whatever problem you may have with division by 0. And there. Save. Let's give it a name. I'm just going to call it calculator. Excel calculator. We have to change save type. I'm going to change it to Excel macro enable. Okay, just select my folder and just click on save, but make sure it's saved as Excel macro enable. So click on save. There we go. Now it's saved there, and let's run our program now. Click on run. There we go, guys. I think we finished. Multiply that by 5 there, plus minus. Okay, let's say this plus minus, multiply that by 2. That should give us 850. Minus 850, let's say multiply that by 3. Okay, we don't want 3. Clear entry, clear, and enter 2. There we go, 850. Okay, so that is how the clear entry works. Backspace. See the backspace, we need to check the backspace. Clear works. Okay, now let's see. Oh, seems I've not taken care of the backspace. So let's check out the backspace. Double click on that. I believe, oh no, there's nothing there. Okay, let's copy all of that, paste that in here, and I'm going to say backspace, that is going to be left. Okay, delete anything we have to the left, and what I want you to delete will be based on whatever amount of number that I have. So link that, which means count. Whatever I have on the text box, close the text box, minus by 1. There, that's all. Those are the lines of code for backspace. However, if I end up with 0, what are we going to do? Are we going to just leave it like that? But first of all, let's run it and see. Okay, try out the backspace now. Enter whatever value in there, and let's click on backspace. Look at that. Okay, we can clear whatever we enter now. There, you see, I have nothing in there, so I ended up with an error. So to take care of that, okay, let's end that. So what we need to do is to use an if statement. Double click on that. Now I'm going to come right down here. Say as follows: if txt equals nothing, then I want you to enter as follows: txt equals, the entry should be 0, and if. There we go. That's all you need to enter. That should take care of the error. Okay, so we're gonna run that again. So let's try that out one more time. Okay, get rid of whatever we have. Backspace, there, that becomes 0. That's it. So it's working now, and that's how the backspace works, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. That will help a great deal. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.